This is Tony Buxaviles from Staten Island Boot Camp and Personal Training here for the Staten Island Slim Down. Now, I want to go over a little bit of the nutritional part of the program. Now, this is the first part. You're going to be able to push the other button that says Metabolic Nutrition, which is going to give you an even better description of exactly how this whole thing works. But we're going to suffice it as saying this. During these 10 weeks, you're going to do as much as you possibly can to eat natural food. Now, what do we refer to as natural food? Natural food is basically either something that is raised or something that is grown. Okay, let's put it this way. If it didn't exist 10,000 years ago, it doesn't fall under the category of natural food. All right, and you're going to take your dish and you're going to turn it into 3 different parts. As a matter of fact, you can go on to the download down below, and it'll give you a list of these foods, and also you'll have a plate planner, which is also going to be something you can utilize as a guide. Well, a portion of it is going to be protein, preferably lean protein, and the list will have those foods that you can consume or that are recommended that you consume. We're talking about fish, skinless poultry, as well as fish and skinless poultry are the number ones, and then there's also some vegetarian options. All right, so you're going to basically use your palm as the guideline for how much of each item, of this item, that you're going to consume. The next is going to be a starchy carbohydrate. Now, people may be saying, well, look, I don't want to eat any carbs, and you know what, the carbs make me feel bloated. You need the slow burning carbs for energy. Extremely, extremely important. Don't do it to yourself at this point in time to manipulate carbohydrates. That will come later on in the program. In the meantime, you need a serving of carbohydrates at each one of your meals. And then the other part is the fibrous carbohydrate, which primarily is going to be your vegetables, with a high premium of consuming those green and colorful vegetables. So you're going to look at your plate. You're going to see that you're going to have 1 serving of lean protein, which you'll get on the list, a serving of starchy carbohydrate, and an even larger serving of that fibrous carbohydrate or the vegetables. Now you're going to consume, get this, a meal 5 to 6 times per day. Now you're going to tell me, listen, Tony, that is just too much food. I cannot eat that much food. I'm going to gain weight. Well, look, first of all, remember, the Staten Island Slim Down is not a weight loss contest. It's a transformation contest. So we're really more concerned about making sure that you're energized and that you're doing everything you can do to reduce your body fat, and also to make sure that you maintain some level of that lean muscle tissue, which helps to shape your body. So it's very important that you get this part down. This is even more important than the exercise component, because this fuels the exercise component, and also this is the material that your body is going to use in order to recreate and reshape that new body for you. So again, I'm not trying to tell you should discount the exercise, because it is important, but you really want to get this nutrition part down. And you're not going to be eating 5 to 6 huge meals. They're going to be smaller portions. See, every time that you consume a meal, it revs up your metabolism. That's what you got to be thinking about. It revs up your metabolism. So when it revs up your metabolism, you actually burn some calories of the food that you eat in order to process it, because your food gets processed into one of 3 things. It either gets used as new tissue, it becomes part of you, you are what you eat, or it gets utilized for energy, which means in energy, we say 2 things. Either you burn it or you conserve it. The long-term energy source in the body is body fat, but either way it's energy, or it gets excreted as waste. So you want to make sure that you have enough in your system for those new tissues that are going to be built, as well as for the energy that you're going to be utilizing, without having to have more stored as body fat. So you got to trust me on this one, because some of you are going to think that you're going to do a tremendous amount of cardio and you're going to cut down all your calories, and what happens is that you're going to lose weight, but your body's still not going to be functioning well, and you're not going to be operating at peak performance. So you want to make sure lean protein, starchy carbohydrate, fibrous carbohydrate, 5 to 6 times per day. All right. Now, some of you may be saying, well, I can't prepare that much food. And I'm telling you, during this time period of this program, this 10 weeks, you can't do one thing. And the one thing that you can't do is you can't use the word can't. You have to think as if Donald Trump walked in the room and said, I'm going to give you a $10 million check if you follow this process. and maybe you'll win a few $1,000s from us. But you have to be thinking, what must I do? I'm committed now. It's not that I can't, it's what am I willing to do in order to make this happen. So you may need to shop and get all your food cooked one night of the week. You may need to cook all your food on Sunday for the week. You may need to make sure that you have a place where you work or where you go to school that's going to have those meals for you. You may be carrying your meals with you. And also, one of the things that you may think about doing too is getting a cooler that allows you to have your food portable with you. Preparing your food at night. It's really in the preparation. It's not can't. It's just difficult. Or it's challenging. See, saying that it's challenging means you still can do it. Saying that you can't means that you're not able. But I'm telling you, the fact that you're watching this tells me that you are able to do it. It's just going to take a little bit of preparation. Okay? So that's the most important thing to get down. You want to get down that metabolic nutrition. 5 to 6 meals a day. Every day, smaller meals, rev up that metabolism, get the body getting used to some consuming some natural food. You're going to feel better. If you have any 2:30 cloudiness, it's going to be gone. Your energy is going to be steady throughout the day. And we could get into the science of it, but we don't have time for that right now. What you really want to focus on is getting that nutrition down. Once again, there's a list. If you go to the other parts of the site, you're going to find that there's going to be some recipes that are going to be great for you. Look at the cooking lessons. All this stuff is going to be helpful. It's right here on Staten Island Slim Down. And if you have any more questions, please feel free to contact us with the contact information that you have. We really want to hear from you. And thank you once again. Remember, I'm going to end this as I always do, to always put your heart and soul in your goal. This has been Tony Booksavila saying, you can do it.